I'm going to show you some of the features of the new Casio Privia PX130 keyboard. The on switch is on the left side of the console over here. Turn that on. And you'll see the first thing that happens is some lights cycle through here to tell you the keyboard is warming up and cycling through its startup process, and now it's all set to go. So the first thing you may want to do is select tones. This piano comes with 16 onboard sounds, and we have here 3 of the main sounds highlighted at the top here. A modern piano sound, a classic piano sound, they're pretty similar really, and then an electric piano sound. Now if I want some sounds beyond that, I use this function button here, and this is going to be a very important feature for a lot of the things you do with the new Casio Privia PX130. If I hold down the function button, then I can look at these, the small print above the keyboard along here, and it has a number of other tones I can choose. And so I hold down the function button, and let's say I want to use the harpsichord. I can push this key, there's a little tone to tell me it got my signal, and then I can choose other tones as well. There are some nice organ sounds on here. Or more like a jazz organ. Some nice beautiful string tones on here as well. Now let's say I want to layer a couple of tones. Well, I'm able to do that. I hold down the function button, and let's say I want to use the string tone that I just had. That's your string tone here, and then let's say I want to use that along with the classic piano. So while I'm holding down the string tone key, I come over here and push on the classic piano button. It gives me another tone to tell me that it's gotten my message, and now I can play the piano with a string behind me. Another nice feature of the new Casio Privia PX130 is the fact that it has a reverb unit and also a chorus effect on board. And again, I select those by using the function button here. So I've got the piano now set up to play with the classic piano sound, and it cycles on with the reverb on. I can turn the reverb off by holding the function button and pushing here where the key says, or where the button says reverb, and the light goes off, shows me the reverb is gone. And now when I play the piano again, you hear it's a very dry sound. I'll turn it back on. There's a slight reverb effect on it now. And now there's a chorus here as well, which adds kind of a richer tone. And you can see I hold the function button down, push the chorus button, the light comes on to let me know it's gotten the signal. Then I release the function button. And there's a nice chorusing effect. Now the unit also has a metronome on board, and I start that by just pushing the metronome button. And it defaults to a moderate tempo in a 4/4 time signature. And you can hear the first beat of each measure is highlighted. Let's say I want to speed that up a bit. Well, I would again hold the function button down and then come down here to the keyboard where we have a little tempo indication. There's a minus and a plus. If I want it to be faster, I can just push this plus key. You can hold it down and it'll rapidly speed up. And you can hear it's going much quicker now. And let's say I want to change it, instead of in 4/4, I want to have it in 3/4 time signature. You can go to any number of beats per measure from 0 through 6. So I hold down the function key again, push on this key that's by the 3, and you hear now it's in 3/4 time. Another great thing about the new Casio Privia PX130 keyboard is that it's an excellent practice tool. Loaded on board are 60 of the most famous works for piano from the classical literature, going all the way back to the Baroque era. And we access those songs just by pushing this button here labeled Song. And if I push the button, you'll hear the song start. Starts with a lovely waltz. If I want to hear a different song, I go to this function button again, hold it down, and then come over here to these two keys labeled Song Select. And you can see I can go to the plus, and it'll move to the next song. I can go to the next song if I'd like. And so, as I said, there are 60 of these songs. The piano actually comes with the sheet music, so you can practice along. So I'm just improvising along with it now, but you can actually use the sheet music to practice with the piano and learn the piano piece. It's a great feature. Another great thing about the new Casio Privia PX130 keyboard is the fact that you can record 2 tracks into the keyboard and then listen to them play back. So all I need to do is come over here to the recorder button, and I push the button once and the light is lit. I push it again and it flashes, and that tells me that it's ready to start recording. So all I need to do is start playing. I've selected the electric piano sound for the first tone, or for the first track. Okay, push stop. Now if I want to record the second track, I again set the button so that it's flashing. Then I come over here to the function button and I push this other button, the metronome, and that tells me that it's now the right track that's ready to record. And if I want to select a different tone, I hold down the function button, and let's say I want to use vibes for this track. And now it should be ready to record the second track on top of what I recorded earlier. Now we'll take a look at some of the features on the cabinet of the Casio Privia PX130. On the back of the cabinet here is a USB port. This is how you would connect to your computer to send files back and forth from your computer to your keyboard, or vice versa from the keyboard to the computer. You can also download things to and from the internet using that jack there. As we move our way along the back, you'll see that here is a jack for a single damper pedal. We're actually using a more sophisticated system with this particular Privia PX130 model. We'll come to that in a moment. Here's your input for the power cable for the AC power. And as we continue around the other side of the keyboard, you can see here is the on-off switch. And then here are a couple of jacks for headphones. It's kind of nice you have 2 headphone jacks, so you can listen and you can have a friend listen as well on headphones. Moving down now to the 3-pedal system, which is it's called the SP32. This gives us 3 pedals that work just like the pedals on a grand piano. You can see this pedal here gives me a sustain, and the pedal on the left it softens the effect of the piano. It's like a soft pedal on the acoustic piano. And then the pedal in the middle is the sostenuto pedal, and just like on a grand piano, what it does is if I push down some keys and hold them down, then I push this pedal down and hold it, those keys are sustained, while the other keys are not. And all of this is mounted on this stand, the CS67.